for over 2 months, 19 of the fiercest, strongest, smartest, beautiful, and most dangerous warriors of the Joshi world have battled non-stop through every major city in Japan to earn their slice of immortality, to prove their fighting spirit, to test their resolve, and to etch their names into pro wrestling legend. It has been the 2023 5-Star Grand Prix presented by the World Wonder Ring of Stardom, and we have at long last reached our climax because we are mere hours away from Stardom's 5-Star Grand Prix Finals, live on pay-per-view, and we are here to serve as your guides on the only preview you'll need, pal. My name is Raja, his is John. This is Wrestling Is Her special edition as we preview the 2023 Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix finale.
Woo.
Woo indeed.
My
or
God.
even a woo for our favorite girl.
Yeah,
that was more of a Ric Flair than a Mariah May.
I'm
but
sorry.
I don't do Mariah May very well either, so it's hard to do her justice.
I'd say you would do her pretty well.
Well, that aside, we're going to talk a little bit about some 5-star because here we sit, a mere barely 24 hours away.
Barely.
From the live finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix.
Yes.
And boy howdy has it been a crazy 2 months.
Yes, it has. It has been insano.
Up, down, sideways, turn it around, flip it over, you know.
I mean, we've had some incredible matches.
Yes.
Like just matches that will be in the annals of Joshi history forever.
For real.
Forever.
Yeah. Like matches you
Forever.
just call back to.
Forever.
Okay.
Sorry. It's Terry Funk. Come on.
Yes.
It's a little Terry Funk love.
We have to show the love.
Rest in peace, Funker.
Oh, man.
These girls have been fighting for your spirit, buddy.
They have. The fighting spirit has been real, and we have finally reached the end, which is, I mean, it's not really finally because it's been so good.
Yeah.
It kind of flew by.
Mm-hmm.
But we do want to get into what is coming up for the final, the matches that are going to take place.
Yes.
The possible winning scenarios
Yes.
that each of our 8 remaining possible finalists have. But first, we need to talk about the final 2 nights of block action from the 23rd and the 24th, because these 2 nights, they just snuck up on us and flew by. But we've finally seen them, so we want to get these out of the way, give them the proper treatment, like we have for every other night of the tournament.
We have.
So we're going to start with September 23rd in Sendai. And this night started...
I'm done with the highs. I'm sorry.
This night started.
We watch way too much. Way too much Japanese.
Way too much Japanese wrestling with Japanese commentary, okay?
Napon.
It sticks in your head. So the 23rd of September started with a singles match between Yuna Mizumori and Ami Sourei.
It did. That was strange.
This was really cool because Ami kind of came out with this new presence about her.
She did.
She had the shorter hair again. She looked really good.
Which you theorized.
Very ready.
It was either cut or it was extensionless.
Yes, she did go from super short hair to very long hair very quick. So I imagine that her natural hair is just...
mid-level hair.
Her natural hair has just grown to that length now, and she's like, okay, I'm done with this.
She looked like a badass.
Long hair. She did, and she fought like one.
Yes.
But during this match, Julia came out to sit in the front row because, of course, Ami Sourei had challenged her for her New Japan Strong Women's title, so she just wanted to see what she had because she told her she needed to go find some passion or something like that. And who better to have passion against than Yuna Mizumori?
Right.
Yuna is full of passion. But this match was really good. It showed Yuna basically just trying to match Ami's strength the whole time, giving her back what she got, but it didn't come to anything because Like a Thunderbolt took her out really quickly. I don't have an official time. They didn't show one because Julia got in there and Ami and her started brawling. Like immediately following the match.
Absolutely right then.
Yes, yeah. It was just instantaneous. But they didn't get to brawl for long because Hanako came out to get in between them because she had a match next with Julia.
She did.
Which was also very good.
And it was so ECW, wasn't it?
It was. It was just one match right into the other because Hanako was like, no, Ami, you
Raja
don't get
stood
to...
up and started chanting right then.
Keep playing the music while they fight.
Yeah, she wanted to hear a little New Jack and
Oh, yeah. But Hanako did try to really fire up during this match. Julia, of course, was mad because of the whole thing with Ami. She was in a terrible mood.
She's mad.
And I think she was still mad from the Azumi thing, last weekend. So she was...
You mean that 55-second thing?
That 55-second
Is that what you're referring
win?
to?
Yes.
The 55-second loss.
That's exactly what I'm referring to. Followed immediately by someone challenging her for her belt. She needs that.
I'm just taking the chance. I'm taking my shot right here. My shot that somewhere on a long bus ride, that Julia, looking through podcast, maybe a vanity search podcast.
Maybe.
I would.
Just search for Stardom.
Yeah.
People talking about Stardom.
Why wouldn't you? And just get to this part, feeling all good, cozied up, got her legs pulled up, her knees up to her chin, being a badass. And here's something about 55 seconds because you don't understand English very well. So all you can understand is 55.
Like trying to trigger her on the tour bus.
I just wanted to hurt everybody. So.
Well, that's what she did to Hanako.
I don't want to hurt Hanako though. Can we go away from that?
There was a moment in this match that I want to highlight where Hanako gave Julia a snapmare, but she was standing up. And Hanako is taller than Julia. So she had to reach behind her, grab Julia by the hair, and lift her completely over top of her to the mat.
I don't think that was I believe that was a little shooty.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It looked really good, but it looked like it hurt. Like Julia was like grabbing her neck after. I would be too.
I believe that. I don't know. It looked like that wasn't, wasn't what she wanted to go for.
Probably not. I would imagine not. I would hope not.
And then was just like, the hell with it.
Right. But this match only lasted a little under 7 minutes, and it ended up with Julia locking the STF onto Hanako for the win, followed by Ami Sourei returning. She had been cornering Hanako to keep an eye on this match, and she returned to the ring and got in Julia's face, and they slapped each other around a little bit, and then Julia held up the belt, I guess, cementing the fact that Ami had earned her right to the New Japan Strong Women's title match.
Yes.
Thank goodness. They didn't drag that out or anything, did they?
Not a bit. I thought it was great, though. It
was really good. This was a fun way to start the night with these two matches back to back, just furthering this story. It was really cool. And then after that, we got even more fun because we got to see Mei Seira and Megan Bayne in a tag team facing Koguma and Saya Ida.
Yes.
And we love, if you've listened, we love Megan Bayne and Mei Seira.
We do.
As a team.
We do.
But this match started off with some high-speed shenanigans, just Koguma and Mei Seira just out there like a lightning bolt, as they do. But Mei got this move that I thought was really cool. It was a second rope springboard neck breaker, which she flipped around in midair. It was so nice.
That we had to watch a few times.
We did. We went back.
Blockbuster, neck breaker, blockbuster, neck breaker.
Yes. Stars in this match had a very good strategy to win. They just did not let Mei Seira tag Megan Bayne for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, it's a good strategy.
They did their double team moves that they always do, but eventually Megan had enough. And she just came in and grabbed somebody off the pin, threw him, dragged Mei Seira to the corner, and tagged herself in. And of course, that's kind of all she wrote,
Megan has the Bane.
She does, yes. She even beheaded Saya Ida with a lariat. I'm pretty sure, Saya's still looking for her head somewhere.
She broke Batman's back.
But this ended in 8 minutes with a choke bomb on Saya Ida.
She's like, Mei Seira, Mei Seira, why you have to do this? Come, fight me, Hanako.
Oh, goodness.
I am Megan Bayne.
If she starts doing a backbreaker, it's on you. There was a cute little fist bump, though, after the match with Mei and Megan.
It was, yes.
They're a nice team. After that, we got to see Mariah May and Waka Tsukiyama versus Hanan and Mayu Iwatani. And, anytime we see Mayu Iwatani in the ring with someone like Mariah May, or anyone,
it's
really.
Awkward. It's awkward. It's awkward that we keep those flowers.
It is.
And it's more awkward that we throw them at the TV every time that we see her.
It is. But what was even more awkward in this match was Mariah May's insistence on doing hers, Waka's, and Hanan's intros for the match, announcing Hanan as Club Venus.
But Even though it was a throwaway house show, okay, for all you haters out there,
right, that don't watch the undercard matches.
I'm not going to wait you in the 2 minutes. Do you see my tape right now on my glasses? I'm really cool. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm a really cool member of the wrestling cartel, and I come from up in New Jersey. And anyway, I'm a big, huge fan. Oh, you don't know where she used to be? She was in Sipling. Yes, yes. That's where she was. That's where she was the third Universal High Spot champion of the undercard.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
this is the same person that has like a Hanan full body pillow print from when she was like 17.
Yes. Well, that's a whole nother story, though. That's why he can't come to the show.
Exactly.
Yes, but for those of you who don't watch the undercard. The undercard is amazing.
It's chock full of story.
And so much story is there.
And emotion.
It may just be a wiggle. I'm thinking of Shirakawa. It may just be a wink. It could be something huge, something major.
Yes.
And this one was just something little, something fun.
It was silly.
To show you how much it means to them and their little production crew, which is probably a guy named Jim, even in Tokyo.
Right. Just doing the graphics.
Who was that?
After the fact.
That Jim.
Jim do good graphics.
So Jim was happy enough to put Club Venus beside Hanan's name.
Yes.
When they did the fake introduction.
They did.
And
which was cute.
It's a nice touch.
Yes. And of course, Hanan vehemently denied being Club Venus. She kept doing the stars S. She's like, no. And Mayu looked so sad when Mariah didn't do her intro.
I know.
She was so upset.
I know. It was bad. It was bad. We picked our flowers back up.
Yes. Even when they were having the ref checks, Mariah did her woos for herself and for Waka and for Hanan, and then she didn't do it for Mayu, and Mayu she just hung her head. She was so sad.
Mariah's like, I'm going to AEW.
Yes.
And I don't need you.
But Mariah got in there to start this match with Hanan, and they did a hug, and I guess Waka took a little issue with that because she got in there and immediately broke up the hug and was like, Mariah, you go to the corner and I'll start the match with Hanan.
And they were setting up a little bit, I think, so.
Yes, and this match was really good. There was a really nice Mariah May dropkick to Mayu right in the face, like midway through the match. It was nasty. It was kind of like, here's a taste of your own medicine, honestly. But eventually got around to Hanan and Mariah May being in there together, and they had this forearm exchange that kind of switched the energy of what they had been putting out before. And you started to see that sort of click where it's like, oh yeah, we're actually competition. Even if we're friends backstage or whatever, when we're in the ring, we have to lay it in. And they did. But in the end, Hanan managed to get the best of Waka with a backdrop driver in about 7 minutes. And after the match, Mariah and Hanan did a little shoving and then did a handshake. And there was like this stare off, you know. And of course, they're facing at the finals, so makes sense.
It does. It makes sense, but man, is there going to be some emotions?
There are. I expect tears.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% expect one or both of them to cry during, before, or after that match, or all of the above.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think there's going to be tears. I think there's tears now.
Yes. She's probably crying right this second. After that, we saw Ruaka, Starlight Kid, and Natsuko Tora take on Saki Kashima, Shiri, and Mirai. And this match started with a really cool, almost nearly silent exchange between Mirai and Natsuko Tora, where they were grappling, but like the crowd didn't make any noise. They didn't make any noise. It was just really nice.
Part?
It was so cool.
What's your favorite part?
But it devolved into Oedo Tai, like throwing everyone outside and throwing them into chairs. There was a kind of funny moment.
It's so funny that you love that because it's one of my favorite parts. It's one of my favorite parts of a match. And I know we've talked about this before, but there's something special about the tippy-tap tip of a nice opening spot.
Yes,
and
they're just feeling each other out.
Of the wrestling, of the actual chain and the movement and just hearing it and seeing it and the struggle.
Yes.
Right? So it's just the struggle.
Yeah, the sound of it's really cool.
is amazing. And it I hate to do this, but I have to. My, like, probably the high spot of my entire wrestling experience.
Right.
Didn't happen in front of paying fans, right? So it was in front of my fellows, and it was in front of training. It was in front of advanced training, really, because it was like a few years in.
Right.
But undisclosed location, working out, and me and this dude, we had this match. We were both big guys. We were both 6'2", 6'3", 240-ish, and we just really went for it. I mean, it was stiff, but it was the big bull lockup. It was the into the corner struggles to all four corners. It was the shoves. It was the shoulder blocks. It was the chain.
Right.
It was the struggle chain. It was everything from head scissors to Oklahoma rolls to, just a lot of things, right? All the things.
Just the struggle to get one up on each other.
All the things up to a square off. And this thing goes way too long, right? So
those opening spots ridiculous.
It's way too extra. It's a good 4.5 minute opening spot.
Wow.
And it was not.
I would probably love that.
it was non-stop, all struggle. And that's what I think about, because I loved it. Like, we did it so many times, right?
Right.
And it goes from like nearly puking to just having it down pat.
Right. It's just natural, second nature.
Yeah, it was so wonderful. And that's what it reminds me of.
Right. I think what I loved about it so much in this match, why it stood out so much to me, is because it's Oedo Tai. And even though they did eventually get to the point of throwing people into chairs, this isn't usually how you see... This is how you see Mirai start a lot, but Natsuko Tora not so much. So it was really cool to see her in there, kind of showing her stuff, feeling things out with Mirai. It was really nice. But when they were outside the ring with the chairs, there was this funny moment where Shuri just took a seat in the crowd. She was like done because Starlight Kid went after her before their match, and she just sat down. She was like, no, I'll just stay over here.
Yeah. I'm good. She actually acted kind of dead.
She did.
Like, she was just completely
no, I'm fine.
Well, I'm just a mannequin.
It was funny. Saki Kashima showed a lot of fire in this match. Like, she's starting to turn it on a little more.
Just a little,
as we go. Yeah. Mirai did carry the majority of this match.
Oh, it's Mirai.
Shuri wasn't legal even once in this match. Very weirdly enough.
I mean, the girl's got more tape on than she does clothes.
Fair. It lasted almost 14 minutes and ended when Mirai hit Ruaka with 3 consecutive lariats. So, you know, you can't really get up
that
from
that.
That
may have been what was wrong with Ruaka the next day.
It might have been why Ruaka was in such a bad mood.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But Starlight Kid held up her little God's Punishment patch to Shuri, because they were the last of the 5-star matches before the final on the next night.
I wonder if she could get the God's Punishment patch cleansed.
Maybe.
I wonder who God is punishing. I just wonder.
Whoever she's facing, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Whoever loses the matches she's in, even if it's her.
Right.
Who knows?
Okay.
After that, we saw Mina Shirakawa versus Maika, which started in quite an interesting fashion.
Yes.
Because Maika has this... she does this thing with Mina with the hands on the breasts.
Yeah.
It's quite there, and it just happens.
It's weird, isn't it?
A little bit in the middle of a wrestling match.
I know it's harder for you than it is me.
It's not that it's hard, it's just I was not expecting it. So, and then the face Micah made after wiggling her fingers like she was going to do it, it just got me.
How do you think poor Mina felt?
I laughed so hard. She was pretty mad, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe not mad. She was a little affronted. She was like, I think we're supposed to be wrestling, actually. We could do that later.
Yeah, Micah's like, oh, okay.
Of course, Mina took every opportunity to work the knee because she loves that figure 4. If she can get that figure 4 on you, she's going to do it. There were a couple really cool bumps on the apron. Micah putting Mina in a suplex on the apron.
God almighty. I mean, it was one of those bumps. Mm-hmm. It's so cliche. I mean, Jesus Christ. We used to have a podcast called Hardest Part of the Ring.
We did.
And,
for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute till we thought, you know what? This is going to not age well. People are going to get tired of hearing this.
I know we have.
Yeah. So.
But, when you see a bump like this.
It reminds you. When you see there's no give.
Absolutely nothing.
And it's almost like Stardom goes the extra mile. They're like, where's Jim? Why do we need Jim, sir? Let's make Jim put steel through the hole outside.
Oh my goodness. He probably would.
Make true anime.
It's like one of those cartoon things you see where someone hits something solid and then it waves up their entire body.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened in this.
No, that's how I'm going to see it from now on. Thanks for that.
Later on, Mina got a knee drop on the apron on Micah to further that pain for her. The first time that Mina tried to put on the figure four, Micah was just kicking her like away. She's like, no, you're not putting that on me because it hurts.
Yeah. Because you're not Dick Buyer. Get away.
There were a lot of really, really close calls. And when Mina finally got the figure four locked in, it was so close. Micah was in it for a while.
Yeah.
Struggling. Like, they even rolled it out once. She was trying so hard to get to the ropes. And
they got me several times with this figure four over the course of the tournament.
Yeah.
Where I think it's it.
Mm-hmm. But as she's in it, the timekeeper's over there going, 30 seconds left. And then he's like, 20 seconds left. And you're just watching, like, expecting her to tap. But she didn't. They hit the time limit.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
It really was. It really was. And for everybody who likes to give the, there's a lot of time limit draws. No, there's not.
Not really.
No, not per capita. I mean,
per the amount of matches
right.
in this tournament, like 90 some matches.
Yeah, no,
good Lord.
They had good people lose clean.
Yes.
Many times.
Very many times.
So, yeah.
But these two shared a few chippy little kicks after the match. They clearly, their business is not done.
No, it's
because
not.
Because nobody won. This took Mina to 9 points and Micah to 10 points.
Which will be very, very important.
Yes, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But the end of this show came with Suzu Suzuki versus Hazuki, which was, of course, an incredibly important match because if one of them lost this match, they were out of being able to win the tournament.
And the Secret Ninja Guild also needed a new member. So they figured that these two ladies would fight to the death, which they did.
Yes, basically that's what they did. They just started out throwing kicks almost immediately, which every single one of them missed until they both kicked each other at the same time for one of those double falls and then a double kip up.
Yeah. I mean, for weird Stardom finishes, I thought we were going to get the 55-second Julia loss.
just a tie.
And the double KO in a minute.
That would have been kind of cool. But then we would have missed out on the rest of this amazing match.
Yes.
Hazuki was targeting the tape on Suzu's back pretty much the entire match because it's pretty obvious on the back of her neck and her shoulders. There was another cool knockdown spot later on in the match where the count got to 9 before they both got back up and they started throwing the forearms from the knees, struggling back up to the feet.
Can you imagine how much money we can make if we sold a tape in the back of a Stardom gym?
Yeah, probably.
A lot.
Like, who needs some kinesio tape?
Yeah. We got a good deal on it.
Everyone. The end of this match was very much Suzu heavy because she had like knees and kicks and a tequila shot. Hazuki even managed to escape her German suplex hold once, but the second time around, it got it done in 11 and a half minutes to give Suzu Suzuki the win.
This one felt like more than 11 and a half.
It did. It was a lot.
I think because of the kick happening so early.
Probably because it felt like you were already in that second gear.
It felt like we were in Double Down.
At like a minute in.
Yeah.
So you had 10 minutes of just second
the finish.
gear. Yeah.
I mean, that's how fast they went.
Of course, this was Suzu's final match in the tournament because she was supposed to face Saya Kamitani on the final night. So she ended her tournament with 12 points because of this match, which keeps her
alive
in the winning picture for now. She did say after the match that she had to win this, and she doesn't know what's going to happen on the final night, but can't you see Suzu winning the 5-star?
Yes, I can.
We actually can. We can see that. I mean, it's hard not to at this point.
Yeah, she's a star, man.
That brings us to the final night of the 5-star Grand Prix before the final.
Right.
On September 24th.
Night.
Yes, in Sanjo. We started this night with Hanan versus Waka Tsukiyama.
Yes, we did.
Waka was really trying to endear herself to Hanan in this match. She really badly wanted a handshake before the match started.
She wanted a handshake.
but it might not have been for good purposes.
Yeah.
But Hanan hit her with a drop kick instead, so I guess that kind of told Waka where she stood.
And Hanan also hit her with a Bronco Buster of epic proportions. And it was very awkward.
It was.
The awkward Buster.
It went on a little long.
A little bit long.
It was very strange. Waka tried really hard to get a submission in this match, but Hanan ended up pulling out the win with the 17 in 6 minutes and 2 seconds.
And Hanan has looked so good.
She's gotten so crisp.
I'm telling you, man.
Her judo throw looks like it kills you now.
Yeah, it almost goes through the mat now.
It does.
It went from being our joke, right, to the one thing Hanan.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing that the Stardom sisters do.
Now she's got this deal where she has really come along.
Yeah, she lays everything in. Like, everything looks like it
You know,
hurts
I
now.
believe that she wrestles so much better when her sisters aren't on the show.
It's. I mean, there's a case
I
for
think
that.
maybe she eats them.
Especially if she's teaming with them.
Like they all become one.
Right.
Super Hanan.
Super on it.
Yeah, and she has to give her life essence to them when they're on the card.
Maybe.
So,
She has to hype them up, make sure they do good. They're
Yeah.
her little sisters.
Right. You never know.
Makes sense. The second match on this night was Saki Kashima versus Yuna Mizumori versus Koguma in a 3-way, which was good fun all around. Anytime you see Koguma in the ring, there's like a 50-50 chance that you're going to get like serious hard-hitting high-speed wrestling or silly shenanigans, and we love them both.
Yeah, we do. We do. It was a really good Kuma match.
It was, and Saki was all over the place in this match. She like shoved Koguma at the first to try to team up with Yuna, and then when Yuna denied her, she went immediately to Koguma to try to team up with her. There was a part where Kuma and Yuna were fighting, and they ended up getting Saki in this London Bridge type capture, and she spun them around and used that to get a double
smart.
pin. Saki Kashima is really good at using her opponents against each other.
Yes.
Like when she's in a multi-man match.
Oh, absolutely. She's like, it's like playing a card game.
She knows what to use and when to use it.
Everyone has their own special abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's totally mischief.
She is. She always causing trouble.
It's always causing trouble, and she's very drunken boxer of the, you're not expecting anything. She's completely put you to sleep.
Yeah.
And boom.
But at the right moment, she knows when to shove this person into that person and then roll somebody up with the Kish Kasai. That's not what happened in this match.
No.
Koguma won with the Kuma roll in about 6 minutes.
I love the Kuma roll.
The Kuma roll's great.
I really do, because it's like, oh, it's going to be a slip. Oh, never mind. It's a slip over with force.
Yes, and this ended as most matches with these two in it end with Koguma chasing Saki Kashima through the curtain.
Yes.
Because they just can't get along.
Yes.
After that, we saw Hanako and Megan Bain teaming up to take on Mei Seira and Suzu Suzuki.
What's wrong with the world?
I don't understand where this match came from when we've just had Mei and Megan being so good together for the whole tournament.
Damn it. They're trying to get that damn team over.
They are. Of course, Mei Seira and Suzu Suzuki are teaming in the tag league together.
And winning the tag league together.
Oh, but Megan and Mei started this match, which was sad. And fun. But Mei tried her best to just throw herself at Megan constantly, which ended with her getting caught by Megan constantly.
I love the psychology in this.
Megan is a big girl, and Mei is not.
Right.
So, it's going to happen. Hanako got in there, and she kind of took a beating from Suzu and Mei until she managed to get Megan back in there to take over again. Mei managed to escape from Megan, tag Suzu in, who took some brutal shoulders in the corner like Brock Lesnar style.
Yeah, she did.
It was
My
great.
God, Megan just kind of went nuts on her.
She did. Hanako got back in there, had a really nice back and forth with Suzu for a few minutes. Then when Megan got back in, Mei and Suzu managed to low bridge her over the top. Mei jumped on her back outside the ring, was pulling at her hair, which allowed
Stop.
which allowed Suzu Suzuki to win with the Yokoburi lock on Hanako in just under 10 minutes.
Very good.
So it was fun. Megan took a loss, which is rare,
Yeah, it's 3.
to Mei, who is her consummate tag
She's
team
had
partner.
2 tag losses, and then she had the famous Tam match.
Yes, but that might change in the tag league. Like, we might start seeing a few more Megan Bain losses. I don't know, though, because Megan and Micah are scary.
Yeah, or we'll see complete domination.
It's going to go one way or the other.
It's kind of like facing the Road Warriors back in the day.
Right.
If they want to win,
yeah,
they're going to win.
Yeah, they will. If they're going to just assert their dominance.
Yes.
After that, we actually had the 5-star tournament match in the middle of the show between Shuri and Starlight Kid.
Wasn't it weird to have this in the middle?
It
Until
was.
we found out why it wasn't weird.
Yes. You always got to just wait till the end, and then it
Yes.
makes sense. Because I definitely would have put this on top, if not the match with Rose Gold on top, because of that whole thing going on.
Yes.
But we had this match in the middle, and it started with Starlight Kid knocking Shuri off the ropes during her entrance so that she could get one up on her. She got her back in the ring for like 2 seconds so they could ring the bell, and then took her out into the crowd and piled a bunch of chairs on her knee and hit them with a chair because she's looking for that Black Tiger leg kill.
She is.
As always. So she's taking out Shuri's knee immediately, and Shuri sold it.
At this point, it went from desperation trying to win the tournament to desperation of just trying to win her respect.
Yeah, she's like, I have 4 points.
Yeah.
I need this win, especially over Shuri, someone like Shuri. The first Black Tiger leg kill was sunk in pretty early. The second one came, and then the arm was included. And then later on, she hit the third one with her leg around Shuri's throat. I love the progression of the Black Tiger leg kill throughout the match. It's always so fun to watch. There was some of those vicious kicks from Shuri, of course. One right to the chest, you know, how Shuri does.
He's so badass.
Starlight Kid hit her running knees to the back. She was like punching Shuri in the knee because Shuri was trying to get her up into an electric chair, and she did not want to go, so she's just like slamming on Shuri's knee trying to get out of there. Eventually, Shuri hits this just sheer desperation kick to Starlight Kid's head, right in the head, and then puts her in the Ryuin, however that's pronounced, at 11 minutes for the win to go to 11 points and keep poor Starlight Kid at 4 points.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. I mean, what do you think's going on with Starlight Kid?
I don't know. I feel like she just kind of lost her way halfway through when she realized she wasn't going anywhere, and it has not helped that she's throwing everything at the wall in these matches, attempting to win, because it's just getting her like people are getting up from under her and just dragging her down to get the wins over her because she's so crazy and desperate to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's very nuts. I mean, you go back to 2021's Grand Prix, right?
Uh-huh.
She had 11 points.
Right, which is stark contrast to this year.
You go back to last year, 2022, she had 14 points.
It's just crazy. She fell off this year somewhere along the way, and it just kept on going.
I mean, because one would imagine, if anything, if you come off 11 and then 14, you're probably a favorite.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think you'd do even better this year, if not make it to the final.
But
maybe.
yeah, even if you drop off, you shouldn't drop off the 4 points.
Maybe it all started on that first night when she lost to Natsupoi. Maybe she just lost her confidence.
I don't know.
Way back then.
I'm interested to see where we go.
Yes, me too. After the match, Shuri did say, I won 2 years ago, I'll win again this year, which is still a very real possibility.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she's right up there at the top right
absolutely.
now. After that match, we saw Ruaka and Natsuko Tora take on Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, God.
Little rose gold action right here at the end of the tournament, which we love to see. And it was, of course, a little bittersweet because you could tell that Mariah and Mina were trying to make the best out of it and do all the fun things that they love to do in the ring together. There were some really cute double team moments where Mina hit Mariah's licking chop on the top to Tora with her, and then they did their double drop kick spot together. This was just a lot of good fun until Mina finally hit the figure 4 just under 12 minutes so that they could go out with the win for Rose Gold.
And obviously, we're simply speculating.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, we don't know anything. We know the rumors.
We know nothing.
We know the rumors that Mariah May herself has put out, which is not much, you know. She's just like, well, this may happen, and good things come to those who wait, and, you know, all these little sayings.
Right. September 30th is a very special night for me.
Right. So we don't know, but it just seems like all may be pointing to
her leaving, yes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for her for seizing that opportunity is a huge opportunity if that's what it is.
So we start talking about the Starlight, and the sky opens up.
Yes, I hear that.
We're having the most heavy ass rain of all time. And to even hear it inside is crazy for us.
It is. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe we angered the tiger gods or something.
The tiger gods are angry.
The main event on this night was Saya Iida and Hazuki versus Maika and Julia. And it's always nice to see Maika and Julia teaming up.
Oh, yeah.
They've kind of been on opposite sides here now for a while, basically this entire tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got to see a little DDM action. Julia pretty much dominated this match. There was one forearm she threw where she wound it up like a baseball pitch and then just nailed Saya Iida.
Yeah, it was
right
sick.
in the jaw.
It was sick.
It was crazy. Maika put Hazuki in a stalling suplex and ran around the ring in a couple circles before she hit it, which was really fun.
It was fantastic. So hard hitting this whole match.
It was. Hazuki eventually got to the point where she was throwing those forearms to the back of Maika's head on the ground and then hit her with a big boot, which gave enough space in the action that they were doing to tag Iida and Julia back in. And there was so much happen at the end of this match between these two. It was so fast paced. It's impossible to just tell you everything that happened. But DDM did end up working a lot together, which I really enjoyed, seeing Maika and Julia on the same page for once in a while. And eventually Julia hit the Glorious Driver in 14 minutes to pin Saya Iida. But what happened after this match was very interesting.
Yeah, super interesting.
Julia immediately addressed Saya Iida when she got on the mic, asking her why she wasn't in the 5-star. She was really looking forward to having a match with her like they did last year, a singles match. And she mentioned Iida eventually wanting a title match with Julia, but Julia thinks that she should be further along, that she should be having more singles matches, and that she's not quite to that level of getting a title match yet, but Julia still wants to have a singles match with her.
Yeah.
And Iida agreed. She was like, I want to have that singles match because I want to prove that I am at that level to fight you for a belt.
Yeah, she said, this is not the real me.
Yes. It was really cool.
Very exciting. And she had that same passion that she had, like when...
yes, at New Blood, when she faced Nene Takahashi in the Passion Injection match.
Yeah, just that same... I was thinking more of the press conference.
Yes.
When... Takahashi made her cry, and just
she did that same sort of
that
emotional
that passion, and that's when we first noticed it. We were just like, Jesus Christ!
I love that this is kind of building off of that Passion Injection match that she had. She has been showing up a lot more in matches since then, showing her strength and her passion for each match, and she hasn't been taking pins quite as often.
So maybe we need to look at the Passion Injection matches as like Royal Rumble winners.
Right.
And
you know who has one next?
Yes, I do.
And right before she's set to have a high-speed championship
They need to pull
match.
Passion out of her.
Yes. They need to share it among some people. And then after that was over, there was this kind of funny moment where the ring announcer was explaining Julia's chances of winning the tournament still.
And that's what we're going to do right now.
Yes, we are. But Julia is confident that Donna Del Mondo is going to win the tournament 2 years in a row, whether it's her or Maika.
Yes. So what do we got?
Well, this weekend is huge for Stardom because we have like a 3-day run of New Blood on the 29th, the finals on the 30th, and then Stardom in Korakuen Hall on October 1st, which is when Izumi's 10th anniversary match is taking place.
Yes.
Of course, that got changed around because of Utami's injury. It's now Izumi versus Mayu Iwatani in a singles match rather than a tag match like it was before.
Which I'm not upset about that.
No, that's going to be amazing anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, we do wish Utami Hayashishita a fast recovery. They confirmed she has a cervical hernia, so she won't be on the final night of the 5-star against Julia. It was going to be the first time these two ever faced off in a singles match, and I did see some people saying maybe it's for the best since there's not really as high stakes. Maybe it's better to save it for another time where it would have more of a spotlight for these two facing off, but we'll have to see when that happens.
Dear God.
Yes, I feel bad for her. She can't be comfortable at all.
Oh my God. I wonder how long she worked with that.
I don't know. They didn't say. I have to imagine she's been dealing with something like nagging her for a while at this point. But she finally just couldn't overcome it and needs a little time to rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
So we hope she comes back fairly soon.
Yeah, get well soon.
And of course, this threw wrenches in
everything,
all the plans, because I think everyone was fairly confident that Saya versus Utami was slated for the final because of the Queen's Quest storyline that had been going on. But Queen's Quest has experienced a lot of unfortunate luck in the 5-star Grand Prix.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that kind of sucks. But we still have some amazing matches coming up for the final. We're going to start with the Red Stars.
Yes.
On the final night, we will see Mayu Iwatani versus Starlight Kid. Neither of these people have a chance of winning, but this match is still huge because of the story where Starlight Kid has yet to beat Mayu Iwatani in a singles match. This could be her year.
It could be, but Jesus, Mayu needs to win just as bad.
She does. She needs that win to get her to a serviceable 11 points.
Yes.
But it'll be a good match regardless. Tam Nakano taking on Natsupoi, Shiri versus Amisori, and Hazuki versus Natsukatora.
Yeah.
On the red side. And the people still alive to win this side of the block are Natsukatora, Suzu Suzuki, Tam Nakano, and Shuri. And this side is very much straightforward with the possibilities, unlike the other side. So Natsukatora, she has the best chance.
Right.
She either wins or draws against Hazuki. And she wins the block.
Right.
Because she currently has the most points.
Right.
Either of those scenarios, as long as she doesn't lose, she wins.
Right.
So she definitely has the best shot. Suzu Suzuki needs Natsukatora to lose, Shiri to lose, and Tam Nakano to lose in order to win.
Wow.
So she doesn't have quite as good a shot. I don't know that Natsupoi beating Tam Nakano is that big of a stretch of the imagination. Amisori beating Shiri might be.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, Ami has shown she can be a spoiler.
Yeah.
So it's always possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that both those things, I believe Natsupoi is going to beat Tam.
That I definitely believe too.
I think if I had a lock, if I had to put money on something,
right,
I would put money on Tam losing.
That would be very interesting because in order for Tam to win, she needs to beat Natsupoi and for Natsukatora to lose in order to put her into the block final. So if she loses against Natsupoi, she's out. She's done.
She's done.
And in order for Shuri to win, she needs to beat Amisori, she needs Natsukatora to lose, and she needs Tam Nakano to lose or draw against Natsupoi.
Yeah, Shuri's going to win, so...
you putting all your money on Shuri?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good bet. Shuri's always a good bet.
No, I think she's going to do it. I think when you got people hurt, you strap it on the...
you put it on the person you can rely on.
Yeah.
Right? And I think Hazuki beating Natsukatora at this point is a very real possibility, even a done deal.
I think it's another lock.
Yeah.
I think that it makes a lot of sense again. I like that one has a lot of story as well.
Yes, and especially given that Natsukatora currently has a red belt match coming up in the next 2 weeks.
I want to see Hazuki do that and then take over Oedo Tai.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Dreamers.
I want to see it happen and then Tora bow to her.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
She belongs in Oedo Tai.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
she does. The gear,
just put her over there.
The look.
I agree.
Yeah.
So on to Blue Stars, which is much more complicated.
It's
and
convoluted.
Nobody
mess.
actually knows what's going on this side, but the matches we're gonna see.
They have mathematicians involved in this.
They do. Mina Shirakawa versus Sariano.
Yes.
Hanan versus Mariah May. Very
Right.
emotional. Azumi versus Momo Watanabe, which has no stakes and is the least complicated match on this side. And Mirai versus Maiko, where basically all the stakes lie.
So who's alive?
So, alive, we still have Maika, Mirai, Mina Shirakawa, and technically Julia. But nobody seems to be sure about that, even Julia, who retweeted a tweet from Stardom saying she was still alive. Like, really? I'm still alive. And the reason is, okay, so if Mina loses, she's out. But if Mirai and Maika have to draw in order for Julia to match them in points, they would all be at 11. But the problem is, Julia beat Maika. Mirai beat Julia, and Mirai and Micah would draw. So there's no clear winner between the three of them. It's very confusing. No one seems to know exactly how this tiebreaker would work or how they would go about choosing the winner. So it's really hard to pick a winner.
Oh my God.
It's all very confusing. I mean, if there's a winner between Micah and Mirai, that's the person who wins because they would be at 12 points.
Yeah.
No contest, no tiebreaker needed. That's what I assume is going to happen.
So
right?
if they tie and Micah and Mirai is such a damn good chance to tie.
It is.
Because of the way they wrestle.
Yeah, it is. And only 15 minutes to do it.
Neither one of them is a high-speed roll-up.
No, they're not. And it could happen so easily. And then if Mina wins, then you got 4 people at 11 points. And it gets even more crazy because Mina beat Mirai, but she had a draw with Micah. So who wins at that point?
Who won between Mina and Julia?
Mina beat Julia.
Well, you would almost have to give her the nod for having more wins over the other.
That I did see that answer, that Mina would have the 2 wins compared to everyone else, and she should technically go to the final. There are people speculating that Tam and Mina are going to be the final, that Suzu and Micah are going to be the final. I mean...
Nobody knows. That's the fun part, because I think before, like you said, with no injuries, we know.
Yeah.
We kind of have a good idea.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of like it when it doesn't make sense.
But it doesn't make sense right now. And what if they would come out and say, you know what? We need a 3-way.
Right. Or a 4-way match, like a tiebreaker.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of hope they leave Micah versus Mirai for the very last match between the final because there's so much resting on it.
There is. And, you know, with a couple of matches down, which I'm sure we've lost a couple of matches.
Yes. Instead of 10 matches, we only have 8 because we've lost one on each side.
So, of course, let's make another match.
Have a tiebreaker match?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be all for it. Just to have, you'd have somebody wrestling 3 times.
So, it's happened before.
It has, and they would not have a great chance in the final, I guess, against the red block winner who only has to wrestle once and then in the final.
Unless we make the final a fatal 4-way or something.
Oh gosh, like put more than 2 people in the final match?
Which, elimination.
Elimination would make it really interesting. There's so many ways they could take this, and I think they're not saying on purpose to keep everyone on their toes about it, because, I
bet they're debating still.
The easy solution is, there's a winner between Micah and Mirai. I've seen people say maybe they do some kind of no contest, throw it out between Micah and Mirai so that neither of them get any points. I don't know if that's even possible.
God. No, it is. It is.
Like they just cancel the match.
Yeah, no, that's possible.
Double count out,
It's possible, yes.
Forfeit.
It's possible.
I don't know. And then if Mina lost, Julia would get the win. Or if Mina won, Mina would get the win. I don't know. There's so many possible ways the blue block could go. Okay. It's insane.
So, who's your winner?
Oh man, I would love.
Forget the points. We can make the points work.
Right.
Who's alive?
Out of the 8 people that are still alive, I don't know. I'm kind of on the Suzu versus Micah train after all of the generational struggle stuff. But I don't know if they're gonna actually go there.
So I'm gonna go with Siri versus Julia to pull match of the year back.
What a match. And just to end it on a high note.
To end it, no time limit. To no time limit, let's go 30. And let's have to go, extra time. Like if they do a 30-minute.
Right.
Let's do the old school callback.
Right. Like 5 more minutes.
Yeah. And
that would give Sherry a chance to get her red belt opportunity back if she wins the 5-star.
Yeah.
So it's just so crazy because the red block is like everything's so straightforward, and then you look at the blue side and it's like, oh, nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's nobody even knows how it works.
Maybe Sasha Banks comes back and just drops everybody.
Oh
so
gosh.
I don't know.
I can't wait to see it, though. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
so ready.
Yeah, me too.
And we hope you guys are too. We'd love to know what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, you
Tell
better
us.
hurry, though, because we're putting this out as quick as we can.
Yes, we are.
We know there's a quick turnaround on this, so...
They just put up the 24th, so we didn't have that much time
and if you
to get
just
it done.
discovered Stardom, lucky you can go get Stardom World and pretend this is the first time you've ever watched it.
Yes.
No matter what year it is.
Yes, do it. It's so good. You won't regret it.
No.
So we will see you all back here after all the big wrestling that's coming this weekend. Not only the 5-star final, New Blood, Karakuen Hall show. We also have Wrestle Dream. There's so much going on. So we'll have a great big jam-packed show for you next time when we record again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll probably wait till after the Koricon goes up, and that'll probably get us the Dynamite anniversary as well.
Yes, which is always exciting.
And if all goes well, we can record right after that. So we can't wait.
Yes. So we will see you all back here next time. I'm Raja. He's John. Thank you for listening to Wrestling is Her.
Hi.
Bye.